Hello, hello, and welcome to Leading Up, where we talk about the most important things for you in your life, how to lead better, live better, feel better in every aspect of your life. And today we are here to talk about how to build trust fast. Building trust is one of the most important skills for leaders, and it's also one of the most important skills for life. We are here to move the needle today. This is Leading Up. Let's talk about why building trust is so important in leadership and also so important in life. Leadership is all about building relationships. And I know that in the past, leadership was all about matrix and strategy, but that has changed in the past 3 years. Leadership has changed its focus to very people, skills-centered leadership. And in order to lead effectively, you need to build strong relationships with your team members. In order to do that, you need to be able to build trust and build it fast. Trust is the glue of every relationship. So how do leaders do that? And how do we build trust in life? Before we even go there, let's watch this great clip from Good Will Hunting.
Trust, very important in a relationship. It's also very important in a clinical situation. Why is trust the most important thing in making a breakthrough with a client? Vinny?
Because trust is life.
Wow. It's very deep. Thank you, Vinny.
So as you can see in the episode, sometimes it's hard to define what trust is. We know that it's important. We know that we need it. We know that it's critical for relationships. But what is it actually that builds trust between people? In relationships, when you have trust with someone, what it actually means is that there is consistency of behavior. So for example, if I have a relationship with a colleague, if I'm in a relationship personally, if I'm talking now about a relationship with a family member or a team member, business, if it's a business relationship and I have a relationship with a client, it doesn't matter. There are so many relationships, different types of relationships in our lives, but all of them require building trust. So when I say that building trust has to do with consistency of behavior, that means that I consistently show you that I am there for you, that I am there to bring value, and that I know what I'm talking about. If you learn to trust in me, that what I say is what I do, and that happens consistently, and that I'm there for you, I care about you, and I'm there to make your life better, gradually over time, the glue between us grows and becomes stronger. So let's look at that in the context of leadership, then let's look at that in the context of sales, and then let's look at trust in the context of interpersonal relationships. And what you'll find out is that it's very, very, very similar. So in the context of leadership, when the leader said that they are going to do something, it is critical for the leader to actually say what they said that they will do. I've been in situations where leaders called for meetings that they never showed up to, where leaders said that something is going to happen and then did not follow through. When you're on the receiving end of such behavior, you basically tell yourself, I don't know what to expect from that person. What they say is not what they do. So I can't trust them, because the next time they tell me something, I guess they won't follow through. Then the trust breaks. And the next time that person say that they will do something, there will be no trust. We make up our mind about the other person very quickly. So when the leader does not follow through consistently with what they said and the trust is broken, it's very hard later to build the trust back. I can tell you how it can get done, but it's very hard to build it back. Only by consistency, you can build trust again. So to erase that episode of saying that you'll do something and not following through, or calling for a meeting, not showing up for the meeting, or saying that there's a certain strategy and then completely dropping it and not following through, whatever it is, the only repair to that is to consistently say that you'll do something, and follow through. The other aspect of building trust has to do with genuinely caring about your team. If they know that you consistently say something and then follow through, and that you have their best interest in mind, they will trust you because they know that consistently you will follow through and that you genuinely care about them and about their success. So that's on a leadership level. Let's talk about sales. In sales, if you want to build trust with a client, and it doesn't matter if the client is remote or if the client is right next to you and you take them out to dinner, it doesn't matter how you build a relationship. I know there's a lot of talk about how to build trust in sales, within sales with remote clients. The principles of behaviors remain the same. If you want the client to trust you, you have to be consistent. That's the first rule. If you said that you'll do something, you have to do it. If you said that they'll get an email by a certain time, even if the world turns upside down, you're going to make sure they get the email by that time. That's when they know that you say and deliver. And on the other side of things, if the client knows that you genuinely care about them, that you are there to make their lives easier by making that sale, that you are there to bring value into their lives by making that sale, they will trust you. Consistency and care. Now let's talk about interpersonal relationships, and you'll see that it's very, very similar. When a parent or a spouse say that they will do something and they are consistent and they actually follow through, then you learn to trust that person. A baby learns to trust a parent when they cry or they're wet or they're hungry and the parent consistently shows up and cares for them. That's how trust is built from age 0, from 1 hour into the world. And then the genuine care pairs up with it and creates that glue that we all need in every aspect of our relationships. Today in Ask Dr. Michelle, we're going to go over some questions about building and rebuilding trust. So here's the first one. Hi, Dr. Michelle. I found out a few days ago that my business partner has been lying to me. Not stealing money, but being dishonest. I can't even look at him. I'm so mad and upset. Where do I go from here? This is a successful business that we've both worked hard to build. Where do I go from here? I'm so confused and my trust is just shattered. First of all, I'm really sorry that it happened to you, and it's a terrible feeling when you trust someone in business management. That's the heart and soul of your livelihood, and find out that they were dishonest. But, a lot of times you might find that the situation is not exactly what you think, especially in a situation where you hear something from another source. There could also be a number of assumptions that you're making or they're making. So the first thing you need to do is communicate. You need to openly communicate with your business partner, confront your business partner, tell them what you know, and try to get to the bottom of what actually happened. When you find out what actually happened and you have open communication lines, you need to make the decision, and you can scale it 0 to 10. How much do you want to keep this business partnership? If you ask yourself, how much do I want to keep this business partnership? And your answer to yourself is 0, 1, 2, 3, maybe that partnership is hopeless. Maybe it's time to part ways and build your business partnership with someone else. But if you answer to yourself 9 or 10, that means that you actually want to keep the partnership. In that case, what you need to do is have very open and proactive communication with your business partner. Find out what you can do together in order to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Now, I can sit here and say all day long, oh, you need to move on from this, you need to forgive, you need to move on. That's not how it works. Only by consistently showing up and doing the right thing can your business partner rebuild the trust. So step number 1 is ask yourself, how much do you want to stay in this business partnership? And if you do, open communication is key. We have another great question here. Hi, Dr. Michelle. I have a good a new job, and I'm managing a team of 60 people. I know that they're all questioning me. I'm new to the company, new to the culture, and came from a different industry with all kinds of ideas that they don't necessarily like. How do I earn their trust? I'm feeling the opposition building up. I'm not even sure where to start. First of all, just asking the question is a good start already, because you pausing and asking yourself, okay, here's a situation, here's how they are responding, what can I do differently to get the result that I want, is something that a lot of leaders in new positions don't do. They don't even pause to reflect. So I'm so glad you did that. And now that you've paused to reflect, the most important thing you need to know is that without building trust and relationships, you won't be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So it's wonderful that you came to this new industry and you have all these ideas and you want to do all those things, but you forgot the most important thing. And the most important thing to do first is to build the trust. So what I want you to focus on for the next 3 months is building the trust, building the relationships, asking questions, getting to know the people better. And only when you do that, then you can move into phase 2, which is creating any kind of revolution or changes or doing things differently, whatever it is that you want to do. Trust first, changes later. Today at Leading Up, we talked about such an important topic for leadership and life. We talked about building and rebuilding trust. How do we do that? How do we create that glue that builds relationships? And we talked about how it actually worked. We talked about the importance of consistency, and we talked about the importance of genuine care. If you have a situation with your team or in your life right now where you are struggling with building trust, remember those 2 things, and also you can drop your questions below. I'll be happy to answer them. You can drop them in the questions or email me at hello@drmichellerozen.com. I'm so glad that you were here today with me to talk about trust in relationships, in leadership, and life. This is Leading Up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to keep up with all the new videos. Also, click on the link to watch another video.